today I'm going to be showing you how to make pain au chocolat. Did I say that right? Okay, I have to make sure I say it right because Garrett gets very upset. Basically, what I like to say it is it's chocolate croissants. But Garrett will tell me that that's not true. So they come from France. It's the same type of dough as croissants, and they're like what you would get at Starbucks, chocolate croissants. They're really, really good. And I'm going to show you how to make them. We're going to eat them tomorrow morning because this actually takes a really long time to make. So if you're planning on making this yourself, make sure you start the night before, several hours before you plan on going to bed, because this is going to take a little while, but it's worth it, I promise. Let's get started. The ingredients for this recipe are actually pretty simple. It's just the process that takes a long time. But we're going to start off by making our dough. So what we're going to need is flour, sugar, salt, water, milk, and yeast. And then after we make our dough and everything, we're going to use some Hershey's dark chocolate to put into the croissants. Because as you guys know, Garrett and I love dark chocolate. So we'll get to that in a bit. But let's get started on our dough first. Now we have our ball of dough, guys, and what you're gonna wanna do is wrap this up in plastic wrap, or I have reusable beeswax wrap because I'm trying to reduce our single-use plastic use. But just wrap it up and stick it in the fridge for an hour while we work on our butter. For this next part, we're gonna take our butter and chop it up to make it form kind of like a square, and then we're gonna beat the heck out of it, so that way we have this nice little square that's going to be about ½ an inch thick of butter to put into our croissants, into our dough that we have sitting in the fridge. So let's go ahead and start cutting this up to form that square, and then we're going to put it on the parchment paper so that way when we beat it, it's not sticking to anything. We have our butter now. You can probably see the parts where I've cut pieces off and then try to reincorporate them so it looks a little funny, but it's the shape that we want, it's the thickness that I want to. So now I'm just going to cover it again with the parchment paper, and I have it on my cutting board just so that it's a little easier to move. We're going to go ahead and put it in the fridge for an hour, and then we'll come back and keep working on our pain au chocolat. Now that we have our ball of dough that has sat for about an hour, we're going to go ahead and roll it out so that we can put the butter in. Now that we've rolled out our dough, we're going to fold in our butter and then let it sit for another hour in the fridge. Now we're gonna roll out our dough and fold it into thirds, and then we're gonna put it into the fridge for another hour, and then we're gonna repeat that 2 more times. So it might be really tempting at this point to just fold it and then repeat that 3 times without putting it in the fridge, just to get it over with. But this is so important because you need to keep the butter cold, that way you have those really, really flaky croissants at the end. So just do it. It's hard, but you gotta do it. So now I'm gonna roll our dough out. Next morning, guys, I am very tired because Garrett and I stayed up watching things on Netflix all night, but let's keep going with our croissants. So what we're gonna do next is we're going to add the chocolate, but we're actually gonna have to get this ready in a way because last time I made these, I just put 2 squares of a chocolate bar into each pain au chocolat, but it was a little too much. And you might think, oh, you can't have too much chocolate. No, this was exploding everywhere. So what we're gonna do is a bain marie I think I said that right. And we're just gonna melt this chocolate down, and then we're gonna pour it into smaller little bars so that way it can just have a more consistent amount of chocolate throughout, and also it just won't be spilling everywhere. So let's go ahead and get started on that. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed these delicious pain au chocolat or chocolate croissants. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and let us know in the comment section down below if there are any other recipes you would like for us to try. See you next time.